Hey everyone, and welcome. Now, in the world of global business, companies are spending billions on training their teams. But what if a huge chunk of that money is basically getting lost in translation? Literally. Today, we're going to dig into the powerful business case for why localizing your corporate training isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely critical for your bottom line.
So how are we going to tackle this? Well, we're diving deep into an extensive report on this very topic. And as you can see, it's a big one, so we've actually broken our summary into a 5-part series. For today, we're focusing just on Chapter 1, which really lays out the core business imperative. We're going to build that financial and strategic case straight from the source.
And where's all this info coming from? It's from this comprehensive report by Virtualization Options LLC. They're a technology research and advisory group based in Colorado, and they've put together all the data and analysis we'll be looking at today.
All right, so let me ask you this, and I want you to really think about it if you're a global leader or an L&D. Is the training you're pushing out to your teams around the world actually connecting with them? I mean, are people truly absorbing this stuff, or are they just checking a box?
Okay, so let's get right into it. The report kicks things off by talking about what it calls the one-size-fits-none problem. And yeah, that's a pretty perfect way to put it.
I mean, just think about the scale of this for a second. There are over 7,000 languages spoken around the world. Now, your company probably doesn't operate in all of them, but the linguistic diversity on any multinational team is just mind-boggling.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly, right? On one side, you've got your actual workforce, diverse, speaking many languages, from all kinds of cultures. And on the other side, the standard training approach, which is usually in one language, let's be honest, it's usually English, and it's culturally, well, bland. This is the disconnect where things start to fall apart.
You know, this isn't just some abstract HR problem. The report makes it super clear that not fixing this gap has a real, measurable, and pretty high cost. Let's talk about the real cost of doing nothing. So what happens if you just stick with the status quo? Well, the risks are pretty scary. For starters, you get higher employee turnover because people just don't feel valued. You see lower engagement and productivity because the training just doesn't land. All that money you spent on L&D, a huge chunk of it is wasted. And you could even be opening yourself up to serious compliance issues when key information gets misunderstood. Okay, so what's the fix here? The report presents localization not just as some simple task, but as the core strategic solution to this whole big problem.
And let's be super clear about what we mean by localization. This is way more than just running your script through some translation software. It's the much deeper work of adapting everything, the images, the examples, the whole vibe, to the specific language, culture, and business context of the people you're trying to teach.
And this really is the core argument of this first chapter. Localization has totally changed. It's moved way past being a nice-to-have perk. In today's global market, it's an absolute strategic necessity for any company that's serious about its performance.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. That's a pretty big claim. But the report brings the receipts. Let's look at the hard data that makes this case so, well, undeniable.
Okay, first up, the big one, retention. The data shows that learners hold on to up to 50% more information when the training is done right and localized. Think about that. That's not a tiny improvement. That's a game changer.
And hey, when people actually remember what you teach them, what happens? Yeah, it shows up in productivity. Big time. Companies that go all in on localization see an average 18% jump in their workforce productivity.
And then there's the talent piece, which is huge. Those same companies, they see on average a 12% drop in employee turnover. Now, just do the math on what it costs to hire and train someone new. A 12% drop across a global company means saving millions of dollars. And this chart, wow, it just paints such a stark picture of the impact. Look at that retention gap. When training is localized, you're seeing retention rates around 75%. But for the exact same content delivered in English to folks who speak it as a second language, it absolutely nosedives down to 25%. That huge gap you see, that's wasted money. That's lost potential. It's that simple.
So those numbers are pretty incredible, right? But why does it work so well? What's really going on at a human level that makes such a massive difference?
Okay, so let's get a little bit into the science here. It all comes down to something called cognitive load. Basically, think of it like your brain's RAM or processing power. If a learner has to constantly translate what they're hearing and try to figure out cultural examples that don't make sense to them, their cognitive load goes through the roof. There's just no room left in their brain to actually learn the new skill. Localization clears all that out of the way.
But you know, it's not all just brain science. There's a really powerful human side to this, and this quote from the report just nails it.
And that, right there, is the secret sauce. When you deliver training that speaks an employee's language and reflects their culture, you're basically telling them, hey, we get you, we respect you, we value you. And that feeling of being seen and understood is what directly leads to more engagement, better productivity, and keeping your best people around.
So look, the return on investment is crystal clear. The data is all there, and the human impact is undeniable. This leaves us with one final thought as we wrap up Chapter 1. The real question isn't what's the ROI. The real question we need to ask ourselves is, what's the cost of doing nothing?